So we're looking at when x goes towards infinity. This is my x-axis. Which side would be infinity? To the right or to the left? To the right. Okay, so now I'm going to go on my graph to the right, and I want to say what's happening to my y values as my x value goes towards infinity. Okay, I want more than that. It's going towards what? Infinity. That's right. It's going towards infinity. Yes.
Wait, why is the right and right confused?
So we're going to do both.
Oh.
Yeah, good. So what we're going to do is the right side on the right, it is going towards infinity, and we're going to abbreviate it with just up. We're going to say up. To get into pre-calculus, they're probably going to require that you use the words infinity and negative infinity. Okay, so now on the left, what's happening on the left? Okay, and going towards what? Negative infinity, and then we're going to say left is down. Okay, so right up, left down. That's the end behavior.
Ah, I see.
Okay, so what about the next one? I need a hand, please, for telling me what is happening with the end behavior. On the right, what's happening here in this group, on the right? It's going up, that's right. So right is it up?
No, it's not.
So right's not up, is it? Out. Outside. So on the right, what's happening?
Down.
It's going down. So on the right, it's down. And then on the left, what's happening on the left?
Down.
Somebody else? Like this group here? Can you tell me what? Left is down.
Left is down. Down.
So we're going to use that end behavior to graph these polynomials.
Your balance on. Never heard of you. Yeah. Get a haircut, boy. Shave your eyebrows, bro. Too thick. Hey, I know you're look at your shit. Look at your shit. You got thicker eyebrows than I do. Maybe. No, they're not.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to use this graphic organizer.
Yep.
So what happens is we can graph the polynomials with the degree. We know what the degree is, and we can graph it. Kind of cool. So today, we're only going to work with A is positive. Tomorrow, we will work with A is negative, and then we'll work with the multiplicity on the third day. So we'll talk about that when we get an equation. So if the degree is even and A is positive, the end behavior is always left, up, right, up. Okay, and I want those full words there on both of them. I don't want an abbreviation. I'm giving you something to organize it, but you won't be able to use it for your quiz. we're going to do today is for an odd degree. And the A is positive, and the end behavior is always going to be left down, right up. Okay, so make sure you have those down. Make sure you keep this paper because we'll use it tomorrow for the next day as well. That's why I made it that bright orange color. Anybody still looking at that?
No.
Okay, so we're going to find the roots, the degree, the end behavior, and the y-intercept, and then we're going to graph it. So we graded on the x-intercepts, y-intercepts, and end behavior. So our equation is y equals x times x minus 5 times x plus 3. To find our zeros, we just set y equal to 0. So how would we solve that? What would we do to solve that? Okay, I'm going to have somebody raise their hand and tell me what to do on this.
We get an actual data.
Yes, Aiden?
Do you fold?
No, we don't want to multiply it out.
Do you find x?
We're going to find out what x is. How do we do that?
You equal to 0?
Yes. Well, so I put x equal to 0, and then what do I do?
Then you do x minus 5 equal to
Yes. So we're using our zero product property here. So this would give me 5, right? This one's already solved. And then this gives me negative 3. So my zeros are 0, 5, and negative 3. So my degree, it's easier if it's multiplied out. We have any factors now. But if I multiplied that out, what would my degree be? Anybody have any idea? Sure. What did you just say? 3. Why would my there's 3 x's, so it's going to be a degree of 3. So you just need to count your x's. If there was an x squared, that would count as 2 x's. So my degree is 3. So now, is 3 an odd number or an even number? It's an odd number. So we're going to go back to our table. I have to change to a different slide, but you just look at the other side of your sheet. So we have an odd, and our A, let me talk about the A for a second. A is what's in the very front of the polynomial. What would we assume is in the front here? A positive 1. So my A is positive. I'm going to go down here. I have an odd degree, 3. A is positive, so my end behavior is left down, right up. So on my problem, I'm going to write for my end behavior, left down, right up. Okay, y-intercept. How do we find a y-intercept? So this would be an example of a y-intercept. Make x 0. Good, Tia. So we want to make x 0. So we're going to put in our equation, we're going to put a 0 for all the x's. So we have a 0 times 0 minus 5 times 0 plus 3. Now I'm going to simplify it. This is 0 times negative 5 times 3. What is it?
0.
It's a 0 because there's a 0 there. So my answer is 0. So my y-intercept is 0, 0. Okay, so now I'm going to graph those zeros. 0, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3. -3. So I graph my zeros, and I know,
Wouldn't it be -5? So what's the 5 go down?
so we set the x minus 5 equal to 0, and we get positive 5. Yeah. So, glad you asked if you had that question. So we have an end behavior is left down. So the farthest left 0, I'm going to start down. So pay attention to this. So my arrow is starting down like this. So I'm starting down. I'm going to have one bump from this point to the next one. Just one. We're not worrying about how high we go. In pre-calculus, you get to worry about that. So now on the next one, we're going to have one bump from this point to the next one. So one bump from here to here, and then we end right up. Does that make sense? Okay, next one. What are my zeros on number 2? Do I have to write it out, or can I just look behind my zeros? You can't. So there are what? What are they? If you need to write that out, you can write that out. But it's good if you can get to where you need to find those zeros. Questions on that? On how we got those? Okay. So now my degree. This group here. What's my degree? How many x's? It's 4th degree because there are 4 x's. So my degree is 4. Is 4 an even number or is it an odd number? It's even. So if 4 is even, what's my end behavior? Because my A again is positive on this one, right? Positive 1 in the front. What's my end behavior, this group? Left up, right up. Is that clear enough? Okay, now we need to find our y-intercept. So we're going to substitute a 0 in for all our x's. So we have 0 minus 3 times 0 plus 2 times 0 minus 4 times 0 plus 1. So we get -3 times 2 times -4 times 1. Do you need a calculator or do that in your head? I want someone to tell me what that is. Please raise your hand. Please raise your hand. Tell me what the
24.
Please raise your hand and tell me what the y-intercept will be here. That's right. So we get 24 here. So our y-intercept is 0, 24. So I'm going to graph my zeros. 1, 2, 3, -2, 4, and -1. My y-intercept is 24. I don't have 24 tick marks on my axis there. I can make my increments different on my y-axis than my x-axis. So in order to make it fit, I can do increments of, say, 2 or 4. I'm going to make them 4. So 24 would be right there. We know that there is a point right there. Does that make sense? Okay, so once again, looking at our end behavior, we're starting left up. So we start left up, one bump from this one to the next one, one bump. We have to this time go up and through that y-intercept. And there's still going to be one bump from here to the next 0. One bump. And we want to end with the right up. Cool, huh? Something very different from what you've seen. Okay, so I'm going to do one of the next 2. Let's do number 4. Anybody still looking at those there? Okay, so for number 4, to find my zeros, is the 2 going to affect my zeros? Because I haven't had a number in the front yet. Is the 2 going to affect it? No. Zeros is still, I'm still, because I could, if I set y equal to 0, I could divide by 2. And then I'm still going to set each one of those factors equal to 0, because there's no x along with that 2. So what will my zeros be? This group in the back. What are my zeros? We're looking at number 4. So remember the 2, I can't do anything with that. Just 1? -3, -4. Does that make sense? Let me write that -1 again. Okay, what is my degree? This group here. What's my degree? How many x's are there?
4.
Yep. So it's a degree of 4. So now is 4 even or is that odd? 4 is even. So is my A positive? It's positive again. All the ones we're doing today, it's going to be positive. So A is positive, even degree. What does the table say the end behavior will be? Left up, right up. That's right. So you're just looking on your table. Left up, right up. So my y-intercept, that 2 is going to affect my y-intercept, so I need to compute that. So I get y equals 2 times 0 minus 1, 0 plus 3, 0 plus 1, and 0 minus 4. So I get 2 times -1 times 3 times 1 times -4. So that's the like the mathiest part of it there in that y-intercept. Should do that in your head. Nice. That's going to be equal to 24 again. 0, 24. Okay, so graphing those points. 1, -3, -1, and 4. I'm graphing my zeros. And I need to put a y-intercept there. So I'm going to go by 4 again. Please label your y-intercept if it's if you have to put a y-intercept there that's not in increments of 1. So I want to start left up. So over here I start left up, and then I have how many bumps from here to here? One, just one bump from here to here. I have to go up through this y-intercept, and then one bump down to the next 0, one bump, and then I end right up. Go ahead and do the U try, please. So here's the graph. Questions on that? Let me know if you have questions. I'm happy to help. I'm going to check your number 2 before you go. Make sure you have number 2 done before you go.
I've tried.
She said your marks were 1, 2, negative 1, 2, 4. This is the for this one, I think you have to put 3 instead of 4. Because we got like 6 for.
I got it.
Yes. Sorry about that. There's supposed to be an old one, and I must have changed it. Thank you.